But you yelled at me.
Shh! The fact that I yell at my kids is a secret. We don't want our viewers to know.
Yo, what's good, family? What's good, gang, man? I gotta address it off rip before I even do an intro or anything. I'm so sorry I've been away for like bro. I have not uploaded in the past like 3, 4, 5 days, and I'm so sorry because the main thing I focus on my channel is I want to upload consistently, like daily, and I want to upload multiple times a day, like at least like 2 to 3 videos a day for y'all, because y'all deserve it, bro. Y'all are wonderful people. I want to know what y'all want to see me react to or talk about. It don't matter, all that kind of stuff. So help me help you, basically. The reason I was gone was because like it just happened out of nowhere. I feel like, and like if you're going through something in your life, make sure you definitely take time off, whether it's work or whatever you're going through. Just take time off to reset and like go away and just have time to yourself. And that's basically what I did. So I'm super sorry. I wish I could have gave y'all a heads up, but it was like super in the moment, and I just felt like I needed some time off, and I wanted to like go away and just basically reset. And so I didn't have to like, so I can give y'all the best version of me, because that's what y'all deserve. But that's number one, and I'm glad to be back now, and we're gonna get back to schedule. I promise. Daily uploads, all that good stuff. And thank you guys so much for always being there and watching my videos. If you're a new subscriber, or if you're not a new subscriber, to everybody, I appreciate every single last one of y'all. So thank you so much. You're gonna come for the good content, but you're gonna stay for the good energy, good vibrations, bro. We just have a good ass time on the channel. I promise you're not gonna regret it. Like, I try to bring awareness and, you know, laughter, just like a lot of different vibes, bro. I'm like, I think like we diverse. I don't like to just focus on one thing. I like to go and talk about whatever, because like, why not? If y'all want to roast me about this, bro, y'all can go ahead and roast me. You feel me? I got it. It's a little crew neck. I don't even be wearing crew necks like that, but I forgot I even had this. I had to go dig deep in the closet, and I found this like, yeah, you know what? It might be good for a talk your head video. It's a nice little Supreme cutout box. I don't know if y'all can see that, but I just liked it maybe because the color. It looked cool, I guess. I don't know, but whatever. But today's video, let's get into today's video. No more yapping. All right. So I was like scrolling through, this was like a week or so ago. I was supposed to already drop this video, but like I said, you already know what happened. I had to take some time off, but that's besides the point. But like a week or so ago, I was scrolling through my socials, and I came across something a little bit alarming. You feel me? I was scrolling, and I had seen a picture of a woman in a courtroom, and I was like, you know, it's always like, I always just want to know, like, why do certain people go to jail? Like, what happened? Situations like that. Everybody's a little bit nosy, you know? You know what I'm talking about. So I look at the picture, and I see a woman, like, and she didn't look like she would, like, and the main reason why I stopped on it was because, like, I looked at her, and I'm like, she don't look like somebody who would be in that. Obviously, you can't judge a book by its cover, but she looked like, I was like, you could tell when somebody looks innocent, basically. But that's what I thought. I looked at her, I was like, she don't look like somebody who should be in court for anything. So I was like, well, so why would she be in court? I click on the picture, and I'm starting to like read into what's going on. And next thing you know, I found out that she is going to be serving a 30 to 60 year sentence. And once you see this woman, and you want, like, because we're going to talk about it, I'm going to go over it with y'all. Once you see this woman and you see what she looks like, you're going to be like, whoa, I can't, like, my goodness, you would have never thought, just like me. Maybe you would have, but hey, that's just me.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to District Court. We're here for sentencing in the matter of State of Utah versus Ruby Franke. Ms. Franke is here with Mr. Windward, Mr. Clark, and Mr. Sham.
For the past 4 years, I've chosen to follow counsel and guidance that has led me into a dark delusion. My distorted version of reality went largely unchecked, as I would isolate from anyone who challenged me. I was led to believe that this world was an evil place, filled with cops who control, hospitals that injure, government agencies that brainwash, church leaders who lie and lust, husbands who refuse to protect, and children who need abused.
The woman, her name goes by Ruby Franke. She's a mother, I think of 6 or so, from Utah. And I was going over the details and everything, and I was like, wow, this is as soon as I started going over the details, I was like, I have to make a video about it, because like I said, I like to bring awareness. So I was like, so I just started doing a little bit more and more research. Everybody loves good content. When I mean good content, I'm talking about content that makes you happy. Like, let's say you're having a bad day or whatever you're going through. You like seeing other people happy because in a sense that also brings happiness and joy to you. So when you're watching like your favorite family vlogging channel or whatever kind of video you like to watch, hey, it's gonna bring joy to you. If you want to watch it just to watch it, or you want to like feel good, that's what it is. So I think that's what her main focus was to make this channel, is because she wanted to show people how happy her family is. But the issue is, you could see how happy somebody is through the lens. Outside looking in is what I'm talking about. And nobody actually understands what's going on behind the scenes. Ruby would post, obviously, family style vlogging videos, and just to show how happy her and her family were, all that good stuff, right? But the issue was, things started taking a turn for the worse is when she started getting bold. Everybody thinks differently, right? So maybe she thought in her head, me posting this wouldn't be a big issue. People wouldn't have an issue with it because I don't have an issue with it. But she could not have been more wrong. First incident that I came across, when she had posted a video telling her viewers how her either 6 to 8 in that range daughter forgot to pack her lunch to school. This is a child, a baby, basically, in my eyes. Her teacher, the child's teacher, calls Ruby and says, hey, you know your daughter forgot to pack her. And it seemed like this was happening a lot with the kid. But as a kid, you're not going to, that responsibility should not be put on you. When I was a kid, and I'm pretty sure mostly when y'all were kids, you were getting your lunches packed up until, I don't know, but 6 to 8, I know I was getting my lunch packed for me. I'm not going to really remember, like, that responsibility is crazy. And even if I forgot, like I said, the teacher had told Ruby, your kid forgot to pack her lunch. So, you know, this has been happening like pretty often. So what's going on at home? Are you not feeding your daughter, or can you come to school and bring her a lunch or something? And Ruby responds by saying, no, I'm going to let my child starve. She was talking to her viewers about this. He said she needs to learn responsibility, all that kind of stuff. And if she like forgets her lunch, that's on her. She's going to have to starve, and that's the only way she's going to learn from her mistakes, which is insane to me. And I get it. You want to teach your kids responsibility and all that kind of stuff, but there's different ways to go about it. And also, if you want to go about it by discipline, that's also fair. But there's different, again, there's different types of, there's like a border or a line that shouldn't be crossed. Especially as an adult and you're a parent, you can't say, I'm going to starve my kid. That's how she's going to learn from her mistakes, especially a kid that young. That's insane. So everybody, like I said, everybody has different ways to like discipline. And if you believe in discipline, that's okay. But that is the farthest thing from okay, especially when this person is a young child.
Eve did not pack a lunch today, and can I bring a lunch over to the school? I know that her teacher is uncomfortable with her being hungry and not having a lunch. I responded and just said, Eve is responsible for making her lunches in the morning. So the natural outcome is she's just going to need to be hungry.
So obviously this raised concern with her viewers, because like I said, Ruby was very bold in thinking that people probably should believe in her beliefs and how she like parented, and that's what her viewers were coming for. It seemed like they were coming to watch her content for. She had over 2 million subscribers at the time. Her like videos were very, very popular. Her viewers seemed like they really enjoyed in the beginning when it was like all good, but before all this, she started posting all this crazy controversial content, like showing how she disciplines her kids and teaching them responsibility and stuff like that. You feel me? But now her viewers see what's going on and like how cruel and of like an evil person she is. Like her true colors are coming out now, right? So it enrages them. Like anybody, like you or me, like anyone, it would get you upset when you see a parent or anybody mistreating a child, right? So they go in her comments, whether it was on YouTube or Instagram, and they start telling her how they feel about her. And it doesn't seem to affect her, but it's like hate, like true hate comments. They're attacking her, saying you're evil, you're this, you're that, you have to stop, this is getting out of hand, all this stuff, right? But not only that, people were so pressed about this situation that someone or some people came together and created petitions online to, one, like, get CPS involved and get her children taken away. You have to be an evil person for people to want to cancel you and get your kids taken away just because you make YouTube videos. You feel me? And that's what was going on. Basically, people were worried of what she was posting, but obviously the biggest concern in the situation is, like, you think that it's only going to get worse, and who knows what could happen. Who knows how far she's going to take it. But we're going to get into that because this is only the beginning. It only got worse from there on. In my opinion, the worst situation that happened, or a video that she posted that was like the final straw for me and all others that were watching, was when she had posted a video talking about how she disciplined her oldest son. And I'm going to give you an insight on what happened and why he was disciplined. Basically, the oldest son played a little prank on his younger brother, one of his younger brothers. Like I said, there's 6 of them, right? And he basically woke him up in the middle of the night and told him, hey, I think the kid's name was Russell. He said, hey, Russell, pack your bags. We're going to go to the family. We're all going to go to Disney World or Disneyland, whatever, you know? And got the kid's hopes up, got him excited, all that kind of stuff. And the kid, obviously he's young, so he doesn't know any better. He doesn't know if his brother's telling the truth or not, but he's just gonna assume so, right? So he gets excited, packs his bags, all that stuff. And come to realize later on, they weren't going. When, like, I'm assuming when everybody woke up or whatever, the kid realizes they're not going to Disneyland, so now he's super sad and whatever. And it's just, again, it's just a little break. The kid wasn't harmed. It's not like his older brother beat on him or did anything crazy, right? But how Ruby reacted to the situation and how comfortable she felt by posting the reaction and what she punished her oldest son with was mind-blowing. Okay? So all that happens with the youngest, I don't know if he was the youngest brother, but the younger brother. And Ruby basically makes a video talking about punished the oldest son. And basically she said that she had taken away his bed, right? So he did not have a bed anymore to sleep in, and sent him to a boot camp in Arizona for, like, behavioral and stuff like that. Again, this is, kids play pranks on each other all the time. I know when I was younger, I was messing with my little brother. My older brothers were messing with me and stuff. It's just normal. That's just how kids are going to be. And that happens. And when he comes back, he still doesn't have a bed. And he didn't have a bed to sleep on for months. Not a day. Not a couple days. Not weeks. Months. Okay? And he would literally sleep either on a beanbag or the floor. I think in the living room or the basement or something. He didn't even have a room. Forget the bed. She took the whole room away, including the bed, and forced him to sleep. And another way to teach them responsibility. Like I said, she's just trying to teach them responsibility and teach them how to be mature. I don't know what she's trying to get at, but like I said, if you want to discipline people, if you want to discipline your kids, there's ways to go about it. But this ain't it. This is the farthest from it. This is insanity. And how I still don't understand where her beliefs came from to think that this was okay to post. One, okay to do, but also okay to post for people to see and have them not react in a way that they all reacted to by calling CPS and doing all the stuff that you've seen, right?
When we take something away, it's because they have shown that they are not responsible enough to manage it. And so we don't just turn around and give it back as soon as they start acting good.
It has to be consistent.
It has to be consistent over a minimum of 6 months.
My bedroom was taken away for 7 months, and then you give it back like a couple weeks ago.
I don't think our viewers know that.
You've been sleeping on a beanbag.
I've been sleeping on a beanbag since October. My room back like 2 weeks ago. Oh, I'll give you the reason why I lost my bedroom. I think so. I think this is the reason. At least this is the reason that's been in my head. It's pretty funny, but now that I look back, I mean, it's pretty depressing.
No, we never told our viewers.
That I woke Russell up at 2 in the morning and told him that we're going to Disneyland and he has to pack. And he got up and made his bed all neatly, and then packed all his clothes in a suitcase. And then he walked out the door, and I'm like, Russell, he was like, what? And he's all happy, has his sunglasses on, and I was like, we're not going to Disneyland. And he started crying and hitting me, and then he went back to bed in tears, and then.
So that was not the reason you lost your room, but that was
Well, the other reason is because I pointed a BB gun at his face.
pointed a BB gun at his face and hung him on the basketball. Basically,
Oh,
Chad.
like the day I got home too.
Chad came home from Anasazi and
Russell was like, I want to try dunking the basketball, and I lifted him up on the rim. And left him there for all 3 minutes, and he was just hanging on
Do
there.
you think it's funny? Because
And then I walk out.
if you think it's funny, then that was 7 months ago. Maybe you need longer without a bedroom.
It was not funny.
Chad showed that he was not able to manage himself sharing a bedroom with Russell.
So when we moved, the bigger room in the basement was automatically his, and I didn't have a room, but we put one on hold for me.
So a lot of you are like, hey, that's not fair because Chad got the lesser bedroom and Russell got the bigger bedroom. Russell got the big bedroom and Chad got the smaller bedroom. And Russell's bigger bedroom also had a bathroom. But what you guys didn't know was Chad didn't get any room. He didn't get anything. He was sleeping on the floor in the family room.
So y'all might be asking questions like, oh, what about the husband? Why was he not more involved? Why didn't he do anything? But from the videos and the research that I've done, it seemed like he wasn't really in the picture because after she had made the channel, even though he was in a couple of the videos, and it seemed like he was kind of going along with it in the beginning, at some point there was kind of a disconnect, and he was just outside the picture completely because they weren't divorced, but they didn't live together anymore, and he just let her take all control basically. Even though I'm pretty sure he's seen what was going on, maybe he was just afraid of her or something. I couldn't tell you, but he wasn't in the picture. They were not living together, and eventually Ruby comes across this woman by the name of Jodi Hildebrandt, and this woman is a very important piece in the story because she was also a part of the case, and she faced, I'm pretty sure, the same sentence as Ruby, and you'll see towards the ending, but I'll talk about it. And so like I said, her name is Jodi Hildebrandt, and Jodi was a licensed, listen to me when I say this, Jodi was a licensed clinical mental health counselor, fam. When you think of that, you're thinking of somebody you feel safe around, somebody you can go to for help, all that stuff, right? That's what I would think of. But nah, Jodi was as evil, if not worse, than Ruby herself. So Jodi and Ruby meet. Ruby stops doing her family vlog channel altogether. She just completely stopped. Maybe it's because from the hate she was receiving or whatever it is. And the channel, if I haven't said the name yet, I think I have, but if I haven't said the name yet, I think it was called 6 Passengers because she had 6 kids, whatever, cute little name, whatever. So she stops doing that channel and she meets with Jodi and they become a team. Again, these two are, the chaos that they bring is crazy. And they come together as a team and they create a new channel called Connections with an X, right? And I think this has something to do with Jodi, I think it was mainly Jodi's thing because that might have been something to do with one of her companies that she formed or whatever. But basically they made the channel together and they went in together and they wanted to be life coaches and give people life advice on how to be better parents or whatever they needed basically. And you would think that information is those two are the last people that should be giving advice on how to live. It's just simple as that. One way to show you that is when, like I said, Jodi was a mental health counselor and she had a client that she had taken information from and she basically leaked it. She usually when you go to therapy, if you've never been to therapy before, they tell you that everything is you're good. If whatever we talk about today or anything that happens between me and you is private and it will not be shared with anybody else unless you give me permission to, basically, right? And That's rule number one. I'm pretty sure that's rule number one. But nah, she had this client and she scarred this person basically.
It's just so messed up emotionally and mentally after Jodi Hildebrandt that I was scared of my own name. You know, when you're a victim of child abuse and your therapist, Jodi Hildebrandt, tells you the PTSD and the trauma from that is just your sexual addiction, and then she throws you into a class, and then the other three guys start talking about being a voyeurist with victims, being an exhibitionist with victims, being an incest person with victims. It was extremely uncomfortable.
So you know how I told y'all that Ruby and Jodi, they come together, they form a team, right? Ruby takes her kids and she moves in with Jodi. And you're thinking, oh my goodness, like why would she do that? But it gets worse. Moves her kids, they just all move into with Jodi and they're living with her. I don't know for how long this was going on for, but basically karma eventually caught up to them because one day, one of the 12-year-old sons, he climbs out of the window of the house that they were living at and he runs off and he reaches a neighbor. The closest one or whichever one he reaches, I don't know. He gets to the neighbor and he like bangs on the door and you know, like the neighbor comes and he sees the kid and he's like, oh my God, like what's going on? And the kid alerts him and tells him what's been going on. Basically, they were running a concentration-like camp in the home when they moved in together. The kid had bruises on him. He had duct tape around his legs that once you opened it up, the wounds that they were covered up with the duct tape had, for some reason, cayenne pepper in the wounds. And I'm not a genius, but I can tell you it does not seem right or safe to put cayenne pepper or any sort of type of anything that's not medicine in a wound and try to tape it up with tape. That's just crazy. That seems like an infection waiting to happen. So the neighbor sees this and he's like, oh my goodness, this is insane. So he calls 911 and the 911 call itself is really, really chilling. It's super sad and it breaks your heart to listen. But obviously you're happy because now it seems, like I said, karma had caught up to them. It seems like justice is going to be served. And that's what had happened. Because I don't know how long this was going on for, but it's just crazy that, I don't know, man. It really left me speechless. And the neighbor himself said, besides all the viewers that were watching, and it seemed like the neighbor or neighbors had noticed, and CPS had been called before on Ruby, and they had come, but I don't know what made them determine that it was okay for the kids to stay with them. Maybe the kids were scared. I don't know what it was, but that's what happened.
I'm on the address of your emergency. Tell me exactly what's happened.
I just had a 12-year-old boy show up here at my front door asking for help. We know there's been problems at this neighbor's house. He's emaciated. He's got tape around his legs. He's hungry and he's thirsty. And he asked us to call the police.
What's
So
his
he's
name?
very afraid. This kid has obviously been... I think he's been detained. He's obviously covered in wounds. We need the cops here as soon as possible.
When you go through and you look at the injuries associated with Russell, Ruby had boots on and was involved in kicking him while he was on the ground. She admits to holding his head underwater. Obviously incredibly concerning.
So yeah, that's basically it. I think both of them are serving, like I said in the beginning, if I didn't say in the beginning, they're serving 30 to 60 years. I don't know the full details, but that had just came out a week ago. This had been going on. I think they got arrested back in August, but they finally, the sentencing just came out recently. And hey, I feel like, me personally, I feel like they should have got life or something. I don't know. This is because it's really dangerous for people who have beliefs like that to just be out there roaming around. That's crazy for them to even one, have those kind of beliefs, but also have children to inflict that kind of pain and torture on, which is super, super sad. Anytime I see stuff like this, it just breaks my heart. So please let me know what y'all thought about this. And yeah, I'll let y'all heard it from me. I just want to hear it from you too. But without doing too much yapping, if y'all enjoyed the video, let me know by leaving a comment, liking, sharing, subscribing, all that good stuff. And until next time, peace the fuck out.